You're locked into the Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast, the only weekly podcast inspiring, educating, motivating 1 million women entrepreneurs one Wednesday at a time. The WCW podcast is fueled by the Purpose Formula: passion plus purpose plus profit equals success. And here are your hosts, Jen and Modi.
Happy Motivation Monday, crushes. Today's episode is all about motivating you and keeping you motivated, keeping you pressing on in your business. So we like to give you some tips and some encouragement for keeping motivated when you're feeling discouraged. So we heard from some of our crushes, and one of them said that taking action in your business will keep you motivated. Small steps will start the ball of creative juices flowing. Also, checking in with your support system. Now, I think that is really, really on point and really key for staying motivated. Checking in with your community to motivate you, to tell you the stuff you're doing right, to keep encouraging you. What do you think, Monique?
I do think that, as entrepreneurs, a lot of us, we kind of feel helpless at times when it has to do with our business. Sometimes we feel overwhelmed with the success, the quick success that you get, with the compliments, with more followers, with more likes and things like that. Entrepreneurs find themselves overwhelmed, like they cannot take the pressure.
And keeping that success going is definitely something that I think people wrestle with mentally. Yes. Okay, I got all these followers. How do I keep people liking my pictures? How do I keep people engaged? And I think something that we're doing is we're just being authentic and letting it just flow and just going with it, because we want to stick to what's working, but we don't want to stress ourselves out on, these things that could easily get you discouraged. I think number one things that you could do if you're feeling discouraged in your business is reminding yourself why. Thinking about your why. Why are you even doing this? And what do you want? And going back to that.
Yes. Actually, all entrepreneurs go through this. Every entrepreneur goes through their ups, their downs, their highs, their lows, and we find ways to, alleviate some of the stress at times. Sometimes you do need to step back and take a break, a day or a week, of a break, a mental break away from just being constantly 24 hours, 365 days working, doing your business. Sometimes you do need, some R&R, just to get away from it. It's nothing wrong with embracing taking a break sometimes. From time to time, we all need to, it's just mandatory for us to, how do they call it? Like when you need to rejuvenate yourself, because I feel like when you get to that point of, oh my God, what's going on here? It's probably time for you to just fall back a little bit, maybe take a day, like I said, a day or a week off of, that, and just try to do some other things that motivate you, that keep you happy and things, so you can come back with maybe even fresh ideas for your business, and get it pumping more and more and more and more. One of our crushes sent us one, we did ask a question out there, and we did get some answers. And one of our crushes even said, right now, she says, right now, I'm really discouraged by my results. I feel like I can't grow, and it's frustrating. But I'm trying to focus on what I can improve or on my performance, on myself, on my business in order to succeed. I'm stretching myself and I'm trying to find the best solutions. If I find something useful, I get motivated again to continue my journey. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I say ladies and gentlemen, ladies, crushes. That's really it. Jen and I, we spoke on this earlier, and Jen had a great point on what this crush that sent this in, what she could do to when she feels discouraged.
Well, I think what this crush should do is she could do a number of things, actually. She could focus on growing in one area, whether it's a specific social media account, whether it's her Pinterest, her Twitter, whether she can grow in her email marketing, whether she can grow in her branding. I think she needs to focus on a specific area and then grow that and try to gauge the results from that. And don't expect too many results too quickly. Small steps are still huge wins. I think that she can start by doing that, and she can get into different communities. Facebook, I believe we have this on our Pinterest. We have a new Pinterest account, Womanore Crush Wednesday Pinterest, where we have like the 7 or 5 most best groups, Facebook groups for women entrepreneurs. I'm not a fan of Facebook for personal reasons, but Facebook groups are like amazing. They are everything.
Yes.
for women entrepreneurs. And she can get into these different groups where it's almost like a mastermind group, and she can ask questions. She can see what other people are doing that's working, and maybe she could try those strategies. She can learn so much from other people who are either going through the same thing or other people who have already been through these things, her particular struggles, and conquered them. So that's another thing she can do. And get into some free e-courses on whatever area, or free webinars. There's so many out there now, where specific to your problem, get into that and learn some new strategies that you can do. Well, do you also had something about sharing?
Yes. Actually, I'm going to piggyback off of what you said. Don't work alone. Do not. I mean, I don't know why a lot of people think that you can do everything alone. That's impossible. There is no possible way you can do everything by yourself. You cannot. Okay? You cannot. You do not have to work alone. Just like Jen mentioned, join other groups. There's several entrepreneurs out there. Join other groups. Staying connected. Staying connected. It gets you out there. It gets you out there in the playing field, and people get to know you, and people get to recognize you, recognize your work, and see that you do have potential, that you're out there crushing it, that you're out there being positive, that you're out there really just trying to succeed in this life.
Hashtag crushing it.
Yes, hashtag crushing it.
You specifically said something when we talked earlier about making sure your content or whatever you're doing can be shared, right?
Yes.
I want you to talk about that.
Okay, tip. So I went on this Crush's blog, and I noticed that she did not have anywhere to share her information. Like there were no links, I guess, so to speak. There were no links under each entry. Under each entry blog, there were no links, and I felt like, well, you may not be getting you may not be getting any traffic on your blog because you have nowhere to share it. Like when people are reading this, where can I comment? Where can I share this? How can I share this? Do I have to take from the link on the, on the URL and then put it on Twitter, to share it. That's, honestly speaking, that's why people have links under their blogs.
And that's why people have the social sharing. You see, like, share this on Facebook, tweet this, pin this. Nobody is going to go into your URL, cut and paste it, and then take that and then now put it in Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram. Not Instagram, but you know what I mean. Nobody is going to do these things.
No.
They want it to be there. They press the button, it goes, that's it. Nobody's taking that extra effort to do all of that.
Yes. Click. That's it.
That's it. Click. And so one thing, I hope that this crush is going to listen to this episode, but you can go to sumome.com and you can get those shareable buttons and put them on your website. If you've ever gone to somebody's website, blog, whatever, and you've seen a little bar at the bottom and it has a crown at the end and it's black, that's Sumo Me. You could put that on your site and then people could share it right from there. And you could see how many people are sharing it, all that kind of stuff. So there are so many tools out there that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's so many tools, tips, strategies, all these things out there already on the beautiful thing we call the World Wide Web. And you can just learn and take from there for free and put these things into practice yourself.
Massive actions gets massive results.
Gems on top of gems. Now, if you would like to have this conversation with us, we have a hashtag now where we're going to be sharing on Twitter to all our crushes. If you want to have us speak on a motivational topic, or you have something you're struggling with that you want us to give some inspiration on, the hashtag is Crush Motivation. So use that hashtag and tweet us your concern, comment, question, and we'll put it on this Motivation Monday episode, which is once a month, the first Monday of every month. You can catch us doing this episode.
Yes, and I also want to let you crushers also know that it's always a good practice to look after you. It's always good to look after you, to get enough sleep, to eat healthy, to get some exercise in regularly 3 times a week. Making sure your love tank is full, making sure you're full of just being positive and motivating people. It's such a good feeling to have so much, because when you have so much, you're overflowing with this positive energy to give to other people. And I believe that being a business person anywhere is to develop relationships. And in order for you to develop relationships, you have to be motivated and you have to be positive. Because I cannot go into a store right now and have a negative experience, and they get a positive review. It's impossible. That's why massive actions gets massive results. So if you give positive energy, you will definitely reap and get positive energy back.
I definitely agree. I want to go back to, as women, we tend to, fill up everybody else or look after everybody else before ourselves. So I want to go back and piggyback off of what Modi just said, and that another thing that I do personally, I'm going to do something that makes me happy every day. So that's how I can lift my energy up, boost my energy up, boost my positivity up, is every day I'm doing something that's making me happy, first and foremost. So you got to take care of self. You cannot be an encouragement to others unless you are first encouraged. So I think that's very important in getting over a discouraged mindset. Another thing I want to say is the longer you stay in it, the worse it's going to get.
Yes.
So you need to have some sort of plan because, like we said, this will happen. So you need to have some sort of plan or some sort of routine that you do where you recognize as soon as you are feeling discouraged, and you could put those things into play. I don't know whether it's eating chocolate, whether it's, drawing yourself a bath in your tub and you have your glass of champagne or your wine or your water or whatever it is that you need to do. Whatever it is, whether it's like, oh, I'm going to treat myself to Starbucks. I don't know what it is that gets you boosted, but you need to have those things.
A lot of the discouragement, I think a lot of discouragement comes from fear.
Oh, yes.
And I believe that there's so many ways to kind of conquer the fear without just being like, oh, I'm done. I'm just done. I definitely think that you should understand that fear. You need to understand the fear. You need to know that it's normal to have that kind of fear, and instead of feeling discouraged, try to congratulate yourself about even knowing that you're fear, that you have that fear. You have to I think being fearful is because, you're trying to, some people like staying in their comfort zone. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But staying in your comfort zone really doesn't get you to really what your heart desires. Our comfort zone is in our home, in our bed, relaxed. That's our comfort zone. But in order for us to keep making money, you cannot just lay in your comfort zone. You have to get up, and you have to kind of battle that fear, within yourself by reading, by, listening to great podcasts like WCW podcast here, reading just great quotes, things that inspire you, be fearless, be vibrant, be somebody, be someone, do something different every day. A lot of us, a lot of you, a lot of crushers that may be listening are working 9-to-5 jobs. Okay? But still want a business on the side, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I believe that if you put at least an hour a day into your business, it can be something. And it will be something. As long as you believe in your business.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you believe in your business.
I think also, to piggyback off that again, we have to sometimes quiet our minds and, like you were saying earlier, take a step back. Sometimes you quiet your mind when you're feeling discouraged. You could just quiet your mind. You could start thinking about all your successes. You could start thinking about all your answered prayers. You could start thinking about all the goals that you have checked off. That you have executed on and checked off in your business. And I believe that can motivate you right there. You could start that maybe in the morning, and that could maybe motivate you to continue on throughout the day or the next day when you're not seeing results. You could say, hey, but I did this. I did this last week, or I did this last month, or I'm making these strides, or I'm making these steps. So, Crushes, it's been awesome for this Motivation Monday. Thank you for joining us on our first Motivation Monday. And like we said, if you would like to have us answer your question or concerns or talk about something that will motivate you or inspire you, you could leave us a tweet on Twitter with the hashtag Crush Motivation, and we will definitely talk about your topic, issue, or concern live on the first Monday of every month.
Alrighty then. Be fearless, Be vibrant, crushes. Until the next time.
Thanks for tuning in to the Womanora Crush Wednesday podcast. Be sure to tune in next week for Girl Talk with Jen and Modi, along with some of your favorite business crushes, more exclusive business tips, insights, creative business ideas, and doable action steps to improve your business and help you create your phenomenal life. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to tell a friend to subscribe and stay tuned for a weekly dose of the WCW podcast. Crushing hard on the Womanora and want to hear her story on the show? Know a creative woman-owned business that's killing it? Let us know at womanoracrushwednesday@gmail.com.